So we're going to be tasting the Christmas edition 2020 today. You don't want to miss this, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Discover series with the Whiskey Advisor. I'm Uday Balaji. So today we're off to sunny Goa and we're going to be discovering all things Paul John with brand ambassador Yash Bhamre. Hey Yash, how are you? It's been a while.
All good at my end. It's been quite a while we've not met and had shared a good whiskey together.
That's for sure. But we're going to be doing that today. And but just before we jump into that, guys, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you'll know every time you have a new video here. So Yash, getting to the important bit, what do you have in your glass today?
Well, I'm drinking Paul John Brilliance. It's my go-to brand. Oh.
But we got something exciting coming later, guys. But for the time being, cheers.
Jai Ho.
Jai Ho. So Yash, I've known you for quite a while now, and I know that you're one of the young brigade of Heriot-Watt graduates here in India taking the good word of whiskey forward. And I see you've been doing wonderful things with Paul John over the years. Could you tell us a little more about your journey?
Well, my journey, I would say, it started with the appreciation of flavors. I always had the appreciation for flavors in food and beverages. And that led me to choose food technology for my bachelor's. And that is where I explored food industry as a whole and decided to pursue beverage as my core. I tried my hands in various beverages. Someone close to me suggested that I should pursue beer. And at that point, I was like, I don't drink. And taking such a big step is... So I decided to work in a microbrewery in Pune. I think that was the turning point for me. And that led me where I am today. I worked there and I used to pour beers for customers during rush hours. One thing I realized there that people drink a lot, but they don't appreciate their drinks. And that is what made me choose where I am today. That if I know more, I can share more and I can help them understand what they're drinking. And that led me to choose Heriot-Watt as my next destination. That is where I did my brewing and distilling. And this is where I had my first whiskey as well. I mean, pretty much every drink I had was in UK. I had tried wines in India, but not other drinks. So that's where I had my first whiskey. And I just fell in love with the complexity and the variety of flavors you have. And it always gives me shivers whenever I remember my first whiskey experience. And I give big credit to all my classmates in Heriot-Watt. They took me through all their favorite drinks and really showcased their passion, what they like about that particular drink. And I think that has really helped me build my passion for whiskey. During masters, I took up a whiskey project. That is where I did extensive research on whiskey making in Scotland. I pretty much researched on 200 years of whiskey evolution. And that really helped me build my career, I would say. That led me to choose a part-time brand ambassador role. That is where I came across Paul John in one of the whiskey exhibits. And when I came back to India, I saw Paul John again on Mumbai Duty Free. That's when I decided, okay, let's read about the company, what it is, where it is. Then I found out that Michael is the master distiller. I got in touch with him, and one thing led to another. And here I am today, doing what I love, sharing the love of whiskey.
Wonderful. That's so very well said. It's so important for all of us to be passing on our knowledge about flavors. And it's very important. It's just about flavors. It's not just whiskey. You keep trying new things and broadening your repertoire, so to speak. Right? It's very, very important. And it's something that I try to do here as well. All right, let's do something fun now, Yash. Are you ready for the rapid fire?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right, what is your first whiskey at Heriot-Watt?
Oh, this was actually in Edinburgh University's Whiskey Society. I tried my first signatory Mortlock 1992.
Wow, that's a bit of a high benchmark to set. Huh? Wow. What's your favorite bar in the world?
It has to be Old Alliance in Singapore. It has loads of whiskeys, and all the whiskeys I researched on, all the distilleries I researched on. Although the distilleries are closed, but I was managed to find every bottle in the bar.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot about it. I definitely have to go there soon. What's your favorite food?
Oh, it has to be pretty much everything. Wherever I go, I try all the cuisines wherever I go. But in terms of day to day thing, I would prefer butter chicken. Easy to find.
Butter chicken and garlic naan cannot go wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
Ooh. I used to play chess, then switched to karate, then football. Now I haven't played football in a very long time, but been playing on PlayStation.
That sounds dangerous. Chess and karate. Yeah, you got to play it safe when we're having drinks. Yeah? Cats or dogs for you?
This is a tough one. Both actually, but I've spent more time with dogs than cats. So,
Books or music?
ooh, I hardly read, but music is something go to.
Beaches or mountains?
I like both, but I prefer beach. It just calms me down. It's a very relaxing moment whenever I see a beach with the sunset.
I wonder if the Paul John decision had something to do with this. Coffee or tea?
Ooh, coffee. Nowadays, coffee. When exploring a lot of coffees.
Is it Batman or Superman?
Batman, any day.
All right. Just to close out, what is your favorite whiskey memory of all time?
Ooh, this has to be my visit to Dalmore. So when I was in Dalmore Distillery, I tried Dalmore 15. And I have this habit whenever I try something new, I close my eyes and just focus on what I'm doing. And as soon as I smelled the whiskey, the first thing that came in my mind is like two small hands were, making a sandcastle on a beach. Uh, Really threw me off, like what's happening. And after a couple of days, I just called my mom and I asked her, have I been to beach when I was little? And she's like, yeah, you were 3 to 4 year old. We were in Goa. You made a mess out of other children's castles. Like, wow. And she's like, how can you remember that? You were so small. I mean, so that thing really led me to discover whiskeys in a different perspective altogether. That whiskey is not just a drink; it's an experience, and it evokes your memories from past.
That's an absolutely fascinating, memory and kind of connection there, right? But yeah, that's one thing that I'm going to remember for a while. But talking about Scotland and closed distilleries and all that, there are so many of these distilleries that have been around for 2 centuries and have so much legacy. But when you talk about Paul John, it's such a young company. It's only been just over a decade, and the accolades and achievements, and having become, a very well-renowned brand in the world today. Could you tell us more about the journey of the brand so far?
Well, Mr. Paul P. John, who started John Distilleries in 1996, uh, really loves his whiskey. He explored a lot of the whiskey world and realized that why not make my own single malt? He wanted to share his love of whiskey and showcase the world that India is a capable country who can make a great quality single malt. For this, he decided to choose all the indigenous ingredients to make a single malt. We launched our first whiskey in London, and after that, we've not stopped ever since. I think much of the credit goes to our artist and master distiller Michael D'Souza, who's been producing this world-class whiskies. We have been participating in numerous whiskey competitions across the world, where we've showcased that India is not just about drinking, but it's also about making great quality whiskies. We've managed to win 280 plus global awards with numerous titles like Asia's most awarded single malt, best world whiskey, Asia's most Asian whiskey of the year, and the recent accolade that is world's third finest whiskey for our upcoming expression, Mithuna. The awards really showcase on the World Whiskey platform that whiskeys coming from Paul John are consistent and they're different. The people in the whiskey society, I mean, the people who love whiskeys, whiskey enthusiasts, they've been showing their love for the quality and consistency to the soul of India. The quality approach of Paul John single malts have really helped shape the positive opinion towards the Indian whiskey industry. And for every person who's on their whiskey journey, there's a whiskey in our portfolio.
I couldn't agree more with a number of things that you said, and particularly about how Paul John's elevating the status along with the other two big Indian single malts of Indian whiskey as a category. And we're talking about awards, when you go to the visitor center in Goa, it's like every little square inch of most of the walls is covered with these awards. But that visitor center is one place that I keep recommending to people. Easily the only world-class visitor experience, distillery visitor experience in the country. And I remember going there before it opened, and Michael, with his attention to detail, putting the chairs here, putting the lights there. Fabulous. And visited so many times. Pankaj does a fabulous job there. And also, when I run my Whiskey Ambassador course, I take people there because it's no better place to showcase how whiskey is made in the country. But could you tell us in your own words what people can expect when they visit the Paul John Distillery and Visitor Center?
Well, Paul John Visitor Center is first of its kind in India. This visitor center showcases our company's Goan roots with the architecture designed by another Goan, Mr. Dean D. Cruz. And I always suggest people to watch out for Bianca Menz's artful paintings. They've got small Paul John bottles hidden in them. It's a fun way to explore the distillery as well. Visitor Center offers an educational way of looking at the whiskey. You take a deep dive into the world of whiskeys through a guided tour. I think the best part about the distillery tour is you go through the working distillery and you explore each part of the process, and you smell those wonderful aromas coming from each part of the process. And at the end of the tour, you go to a tasting room, try out the world-class whiskeys, and recollect whatever the whole process which you've seen. And if you're watching this and you still haven't visited our distillery, I invite all of you, please come down to Goa and visit the Paul John Distillery Visitor Center and be part of our journey.
I couldn't recommend it more, guys. You definitely should get down there if you're a whiskey lover. And actually, even a lot of people who are not whiskey lovers, a lot of my friends who've gone there and have said, just go check it out. They've come back with glowing things to say. And it's right from the architecture to the people to the whiskey. And they're like, wow, something like this is actually made in India and not just Goa, which it makes us proud as, like people are flying the flag, so to speak, for Indian single malt. But talking about Indian single malt, could you take us through the range, Yash? I can see a mini bar behind you of Paul John whiskies. Could you tell us more?
Well, Paul John lineup starts with Paul John Nirvana here. It's affordable and approachable single malt from our end. Bottle at 40% ABV. Above that, we have a core range that is Brilliance, edited and bold. Brilliance being unpeated, edited being with a hint of peat. Bold is a peated whiskey. They all come at 46% ABV, non-chill filtered as a standard. This is our way of showcasing that this is the quality we have as a standard. Above that, we have Select Cask series, which is our batch strength series. We have Classic in the back. Classic is 55.2% ABV. Classic take on a single malt. Then we have peated here, another peated Select Cask starting at it's 55.5% ABV. After that, we have a single cask series for our private clientele across the world. We have a limited edition series called Zodiac series. You can see a bottle of Kanya here, first of the series. This is Michael's love towards astrology. This is personification of a zodiac sign into a whiskey. We find these rare whiskeys in our distillery which cannot be reproduced again, and that is where these whiskeys go. Kanya being first of its kind, it has won Best Asian Whiskey of 2018, and now extension of this series is upcoming Mithuna, which is named World's Third Finest Whiskey. And after that, and I think this is one of my favorite part of the series, is Christmas edition. You can see the glow.
I know,
on my
I'm
face.
excited as well.
Yeah. So Christmas edition started in 2018. You can see the bottle here, followed by 2019 and now 2020. For me, this is more like those Marvel movies with their end credit scenes. You get a hint of what's going to come ahead in the next movie. So Christmas editions are like that. Every series will give you an idea what will come ahead, what you can expect going ahead. I believe you have a sample with you.
Yes, I do. This is the part of the conversation I've been looking forward to from the beginning. I think it's time to taste some of the Christmas edition 2020. Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
Yes. That whiff of peat is right there. I mean, I'll be honest, I tasted this yesterday, so I already got, so there's not much left in this bottle, as you can see.
I'm trying it first time with you.
Ah, okay. I couldn't wait, yeah. I had to try it. What's beautiful is that whiff of sweet peat that I get. But what really blew me away was the palate, really. The moment that I get that biscuity bakery note, I know there's Oloroso in it. I mean, I obviously did before as well, but beautiful.
Oh, this is wonderful. So this whiskey reminds me of the wood fire. You're sitting next to a wood fire, you have a plum cake and a whiskey next to you. You're biting through the plum cake followed by a sip of whiskey. This is what it is, a proper Christmas in a glass.
I hear you. I hear you. This is one of those that you're going to be sitting and enjoying slowly. So I'm going to be putting up tasting notes for this soon, guys. It's definitely
very long finish.
It's a little easier drinking than the previous two editions, I'd say, but it's absolutely beautiful. I wish it was a little colder where I live so I could enjoy this even more.
But I think December is the right month, right?
Yeah, but it's all relative, right? Considering that I live here. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely cooling down a little bit, so I can't complain. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the Christmas edition and the entire series. It's something that I look forward to every year. But guys, if you want to know more about the Christmas edition or anything Paul John, I'll be putting all the details in the description below of Yash on Instagram and Paul John on all the various social media channels as well as YouTube. Please get in touch and visit the visitor center, guys. And of course, buy some Christmas edition and gift as well. Support Indian single malts. But Yash, any thoughts that you'd like to leave us with?
Well, I always tell people that if you're in your whiskey journey or want to get into a whiskey journey, ask a lot of questions. If you're asking questions, it means you're taking interest in your drinks. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. You can reach me out. Uday will be leaving a link in the bio.
Fantastic. And as always, guys, questions to me are always welcome as well. It's all about sharing knowledge in our whiskey journey. We never know everything, right? All right. Wonderful. But thank you so much, Yash. I'd just like to say cheers again and Merry Christmas.
You too.
Cheers. So guys, another great episode of the Discover series. Thanks so much to Yash for telling us so much about the great Indian single malt. And as always, just before I leave, I'd like to request you to please like, subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll know every time we have a new video here. Until next week, cheers.